Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So we have the new trailer reveal for Thador, the A-level tank who will be coming very shortly. So let's go ahead and begin the trailer.
Order stands because I do.
So this is General Thador's way. Strict discipline, absolute order. Thador, known as the Iron Sworn General, is a wilder tank. As a military leader, he commands the power of—
Another specialization in Dream Realm? Are you kidding me? We've just had Velara. Supreme Arena, I mean, that was what I was predicting with this hero. But again, take these recommendations with a grain of salt because they said Velara would be Dream Realm and PvP. And in fact, he's just really AFK stages as of right now. Okay.
Darkmoon to weaken enemies and deal continuous damage. He can also choose an ally as his lieutenant. That Darkmoon's got some real mystery to it. When Thador casts his ultimate, he slams his shield on the ground and conjures a ritual zone for the Moonveil right, dealing damage to enemies within range and reducing their crit damage defense.
Okay, so his ultimate will deal damage, which is not interesting, but reduce their crit damage defense to increase the damage of your hyper carry, for example. Okay, when enemies have accumulated a certain amount of damage inside the zone, they take extra damage. Each ally is then healed for a certain percentage of the total damage dealt. The effect can trigger once per ritual zone. Bonus damage healing. I'm not seeing anything really interesting here.
When enemies take a certain amount of damage inside the zone, Thador deals extra damage to them and heals all allies. The ally placed behind—
I think the only interesting thing is the crit resistance reduction to increase your critical damage of your team. I guess that's why they're saying the Dream Realm angle. But yeah, that's all I see really that impactful so far. Okay, next skill.
Thador becomes his lieutenant. As long as Thador remains on the battlefield, his lieutenant gains crit.
Okay, so now he has a buffing, just like, you know, we have Fresto to give energy to the ally behind him. We have Thador to give critical rate to the ally behind him, and that is going to increase their damage. Okay, so that is the Dream Realm angle, I'm guessing. Interesting. This
when
is
Thador
useful.
casts his second skill, both he and his lieutenant gain a shield.
Which, I mean, is
when
neither here nor
casting
there.
the third skill, Thador swings his curved blade in a crescent arc, dealing damage to enemies in front of him and knocking them down.
Okay, so he has a knockdown. But, okay, so for PvP so far, he doesn't have enough survival already in his kit. Like, I would just see using him for his crit buff to the ally behind him. That's the only value I'm seeing so far. And the thing is, you have to place him one tile in front of the hyper carry, where you want to have, like, you know, Niru in front of the hyper carry, Hugin in front of the hyper carry to give their charm bonus. Maybe Thador will give the same charm bonus as them, though.
With his exclusive skill unlocked, his lieutenant's first ultimate can summon the Darkmoon to the battlefield, dealing continuous damage to all enemies and reducing their physical and magic defense.
Yeah, this is also really important. When your ally, your lieutenant, casts their first ultimate, he is going to he's going to cast his exclusive skill, dealing damage per second to the enemies, but more importantly, reducing their physical and magical defense to allow your hypercarry or your whole team to just shred through the enemy team even faster. The Darkmoon fades after a while, dealing damage again, but the effect can only trigger once per battle. So like for Dream Realm, you don't want a once per battle effect. You want it continuous. So I'm not seeing Dream Realm. For PvP though, this can be good. Like, I mean, first he's going to give the crit bonus to the ally behind him. Then when the ally casts their ultimate, he's going to summon this Darkmoon, which is going to shred the enemy defenses to allow them to like nuke through them even harder. And when he casts his own ultimate, he's going to reduce critical resistance of the enemy. So it's all about like buffing the hyper carry basically.
When these debuffs expire, the Darkmoon deals damage one more time.
Looking like decent damage.
In summary, Thador can summon a ritual zone for the Moonveil right, dealing AoE damage and reducing enemy stats. While Thador's alive, his chosen lieutenant behind him gains crit. The lieutenant's first ultimate can summon the Darkmoon, which deals continuous damage to all enemies and reduces their physical and magic defense. Wielding the power of the Darkmoon, Thador and his lieutenant can work together to weaken enemy stats and boost their allies' damage.
Yeah, so we know that reducing the crit damage defensive enemies and also reducing the physical and magical defense. Okay?
After all, one man can only do so much.
So is that all that his kit has? I'm seeing major survival issues for him. There's nothing giving other than that shielding, which looked pretty minor. How is he going to survive? As a tank, you need to have survival in your kit. Otherwise, in PvP, he's just going to be blown, like, get killed really quickly. And I don't know if his buff is impactful enough for the ally behind him. Thador's Darkmoon mechanics provide strong buffs for allies, weakening enemy defenses. So like Walker with the Lightbearer faction talent tiles, Indris, who can also defense shred, Lenya. I don't know. I'm finding this team synergy also a bit strange. I don't necessarily think these are going to be the strongest heroes. I'm thinking Shamira, like Thador in front of Shamira and just have Shamira blow through everyone with her first ultimate, or even Cryanaya. I think Thador is a great, maybe potentially a great supporter type role for your hyper carry, whether it be Shamira, Cryanaya, to take them onto an even deadlier level. Right? Indris takes the opportunity to strike and finish them off. Then you Walker another crit. Oh, crit focus heroes. That's why. So these are crit focus heroes. That's why they're saying team synergy with them. But I think Shamira as well. She can crit on her damage.
True strength lies in unity. Let's see how General Thador performs in action. Thador's Moonveil right zone, combined with the Darkmoon summoned by his lieutenant, keeps chipping away at enemy stats throughout the battle. This gives Indris the perfect chance to swoop in and deal some serious damage to those weakened enemies. When crit-based...
Wait, is this a permanent effect? They said throughout the battle. But I thought from the skill description, this was a temporary sort of effect, dealing damage per second, that would fade away.
Heroes like Lenya and Walker are chosen as Thador's lieutenants. They'll perform even better by taking full advantage of the enemy's weakened state. A true leader his men can count on. There's something about Thador's reassuring presence that reminds me of Aron. Word is, Aron is coming back from his travels soon. I'd love to see what happens if he and Thador cross swords.
Aron? Who is Aron? Okay, so is that a sneak peek at a new hero that will be coming up? Either way, Thador coming July 10th. That's about 10 days from right now. So overall, I mean, he is decent, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it for Dream Realm, honestly speaking. I don't think he's going to be good enough with what we've seen so far in the skill trailer. And in PvP, I think his own survival is going to be the question. It is interesting that he can provide that pretty powerful first ultimate, like defense shredding effect, also crit to the ally behind him. We need to know how much crit he's providing. And we need to know if there's any other buffing in his kit, because right now he's just looking, it's not, from what I've seen today in this trailer, is not enough. And I would say probably I'm on the side of passing him as of right now. But of course, we don't have all the full information. We need the skills. We need the multipliers. Usually, sometimes even things on the exclusive skill sometimes are missed out on these videos. Of course, Supreme Plus is not even mentioned. So we don't really know the full picture. But yeah, I mean, definitely if you guys are not recruiting Velara right now, you need to recruit Velara. She is in 4 or 5 of the top Dream Realm boss teams, and she's going to most likely remain there even in endless difficulty. In AFK stages, she's really good. So far, the best hero of the season has been Velara, even including the Celestial Hypogean heroes. So that is my recommendation about that. And in fact, I'm honestly even tempted to Paragon Velara, even though she's bad in PvP. That's the only thing holding me back. But she would get a bit more stats by Paragon upgrading. But I don't, it's not really the efficient choice. The efficient choice is getting her to Supreme Plus. Ideally plus 20 exclusive equipment, but you can begin with plus 5 or even plus 10. The more the better, because it gives her more stats for stat stealing effect. But that is basically it. So overall, I am not very impressed by Thador. Honestly, it would be nice if we would have a skippable hero to save up for heroes later in the season, because generally what happens is heroes later in the season, there's at least going to be 1 or 2 more game-changing heroes this season for the main faction. I can be almost sure about that. So let me know what you guys think about Thador. Is this something I missed? Are you planning to recruit for him, or are you going to skip him? Let me know in the comment section down below. But thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And finally, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me at no extra cost to you. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.